Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It is February 26th, and we are here to discuss a lot of things, but mostly we're going to talk a little bit about sponsoring today. So let me get my screen shared, and let's get to our day together. Oh, come on, share. All right. Anybody unmuted, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, so today for our Monday, we're gonna make a little witch's brew of good juju while we work through Monday, okay? So we're gonna add an open mind, an open heart, an open chest, and being open to the promise of possibility when we open ourselves up to those things. We're going to add a little dash of compassion for ourselves and the mistakes we make and the things that we do. We're going to add our sunny disposition and optimistic attitude. We're going to add belief in ourselves. We're going to add some really healthy boundaries. And of course, we're going to add time to rest our bodies and our minds so that we can be our very best selves all throughout this entire week. And that ends February and goes into March. So we're going to end February and start March with a good feeling. Are we all into that? Yes, I love it. So let's talk about what we have on the table for Monday. Okay. We have a 5 for 99, which we'll talk about a little bit deeper in a second. We have our brochures that are on sale for March featuring an exclusive English cover, which I think is cool. And we're featuring the new Jafra Skin products in March. So if you have folks who love fun, exciting, innovative skincare, this is the month for them. All right. Don't be shy about grabbing your brochures before the end of February so you can have them for March. We have a full-size Royal Jelly Body Complex for anyone that is a P or an I. If you're a leader, you know what I mean, to come back to Jafra. So that is the opportunity that you have this month. And you also have a whole bunch of really awesome achieved promotion deals, your hostess rewards, everything that goes along with the regular month stuff. So let's dive in a little bit to this 5 for 99. We have a choice of 5, obviously, for $99. I put my favorites in bold on the top. That's all of our spa treatments, the anti-crepe, the ginger sea salt, the mud mask, and revitalized neck and chest, which I think is awesome, plus a whole list of really beautiful fragrance to go along with it. Important to note that you can only grab one of each product in the bundle, but you can have as many bundles as you want. So any questions, comments, concerns, or compliments about that bundle before we move on? I'm going to check the chat real quick. Nope, we good? Killer. Love that. We also have, of course, free shipping for consultants only on orders of $450 plus through the rest of the month. So if you have folks, or if you are folks who are looking to finish up your VIP requirements, you're looking to get your manager requirements in, so you need your own personal order, this is your time. Grab it with free shipping. And if you have any questions about free shipping, please do let me know. Otherwise, it's pretty straightforward. $450 order only for consultants only, so clients can't play this time. They can ask you, and you can order with your order for free shipping for them. So with that, let's get started talking about the big S in the room, and that's sponsoring. And I want to lead off sponsoring with these numbers. This is a sponsoring update as of this morning. I pulled these numbers. They're very unofficial Jackie P numbers. They're not official Jafra numbers, but I pulled these so I could see where we were at. You guys, we have done a lot of great work in February. If you'll note, 57 new folks in the East, 43 new folks in the West. That makes 99 new folks. Y'all, that's pretty great, but we can do better because those thermometers are huge for us. We have big, big growth goals, and I know that you all are doing your part. However, if everyone who is here today and everyone who is watching this recording or looking at these decks later and not even hearing my voice, if we can all commit to one more person in the next 4 days, we can fill these thermometers. We have no problem filling these thermometers. There are, 230 liters in the general market in Jafra. If everyone did one, if every leader sponsored one more, we would go all the way to the top of that purple thermometer. I know so many of you are working toward your sponsoring goals this month. So if you've done 5, even if you've done 5, if you could go for just one more, I'll show you why in just a second. Or if you have gone with 0 new sponsors in February or January or December, or even before that, adding just one more this month will change the game for you, I promise. So go out and start having these conversations. We're going to talk through it today, and I'm going to get you fully equipped to have all those sponsoring conversations. But I wanted to show you where we are so you can see where we have to go. Does that make sense? I'll take a yes from the audience.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Because I can't see you, so I hope that there's still people left in the room. But all that is to say is you're doing really well, and I know we can continue to do even better. So I wanted you to see where we were, so you can see where we have to go. But here's a reason to go for 6. Now, if you all got a weird email, I think on Thursday in Spanish, and then another email on Friday in English, this is that challenge, and I want to go over it with you all. So you are invited, all leaders. And if you're a consultant in this room, just know that we love you, but this is a leader-led challenge. You are invited to participate in a leader-only challenge, which is Go for 6. So what do you need to do? This isn't just 6 Q&Cs. Before you shut off your ears and decide that this isn't for you, this isn't just Q&Cs. Stick with me. So we're going for 6. At least one of those 6 must be a direct Q&C. I think that sounds fair. That goes along with the challenge that I issued you anyway for sponsoring to do one. But the other 5 can be a combination of Q&Cs or consultants reactivated with a $400 or more order. And that's those P's and I's who are going to get that free body complex with their order. Okay. I have sent, and Jackie and I have both sent text messages to as many P's and I's as we can get information for, to remind them of all that's on the table for them this month. So please just follow up with your P's and I's and say, I know you probably got a message from those weirdos, but if you could please take a look and see if there's anything that would entice you to come back, check it out. So if you do that, leaders, you will be entered into a drawing for $100. That's cool, right? So go for 6. And going for 6, adding those 6 folks to your central branch or back into your central branch will probably give you more than $100 anyway. So why not go for the $100 gift card, but also building up the volume of your central branch? It is super duper worth it. And I think it would be really fun for us all to share who has gone into the pot, and then when we get to draw the winner, I'll share in that together. Let me check the chat and see if there's any questions. Oh, I got yeses, which I love. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. All right. Questions on this challenge at all? No, we're good. I love it. Okay. So here's what's on the table for sponsoring. This is a repeat of me running my mouth, so I'm going to go super fast. With 1 Q&C, you get the cute Jafra hug pillow with the sleep mask and the scrunchie. With 3 Q&Cs, you get a Jafra tablecloth, the adorable starter kit tote, and a purse hook. If you already have those things and you are not super stoked about it, but you want to go for 3 Q&Cs, get them and give them away. Issue a challenge to your teams, issue a challenge to your downlines, and offer those products as the prize, right? Use what you got to get what you want, right? Reminder again that February Q&Cs count for 2. So if you're going for the Hilton Head Island trip, please remember that this is your month for double Q&Cs. I don't know what other months are going to hold, but I bet we don't double sponsoring again. We might double something else, but we're not going to double sponsoring again. I'm willing to bet. So this is your month to make it count. And if you're not going for Hilton Head, go for it for yourself, right? Build your team for you. It's not exclusive to the trip. Making your team bigger does great things for you. It does great things for your paycheck, right? And then right there in the middle, I want to remind you all, if you're a consultant in the room, you can get 8% extra on your team by having 2 direct consultants with $400 in personal retail sales, and you yourself have $400 in personal retail sales. That is free money, you guys. I was talking to a consultant this past week, Friday, who didn't know about this. She was asking me a lot of questions. It was great. And then she said, wait a minute, does that take away from my leader? Like, does my leader not get that commission? And I was like, no, everybody gets free money, right? So I want to answer that question in case anybody else is thinking that. Your leader's commission will be bigger because her central branch volume is bigger, and you get free 8% right on top. So it's just everybody winning. There's no taking away from anyone else on that 8% commission. Any questions, comments, concerns about anything that you see in front of you before we move on? I'm doing a lot of talking, so let me know. I'm going to check the chat. Just a whoop whoop, which I love. All right. Are we good to move on? I can't see you, so I'm going to assume that everybody's like, yes, Jackie, carry on. And finally, Jumpstart. All right. I've had a lot of conversations with new consultants lately, and some of them are super stoked about Jumpstart and some of them don't know what it is. So let me go over it with you really quickly. Jumpstart is the easiest way to funnel someone from new consultant to VIP. It sets them up for consistency. It sets them up for getting hooked on success. Okay. So in their first month, especially if they come in with the $200 kit, Holy Hannah, they get their 50% commission. Then in month 2, maybe they grab their pack, their party pack, and they also get a free Royal Almond Oil. Love that. In month 3, they do 400 again, and they get two products, the Volcanic Mask and the Tender Moments. And then in month 4, they get their VIP welcome bundle. So there's a direct pipeline from brand new to VIP. And you guys, I don't know about you, but for me, setting the expectation that 400 is just what we do will create much more positive movement on your teams, because people will say, oh, we do 400. That's what we do. My leader does it. I see her or him doing it. And I'm going to do it. So starting with that 400 and building up even more instead of just constantly reaching and clawing for 400, right? 400 isn't the bar. It's where we begin. Okay. So working through that Jumpstart sets that precedent. And I love that for new consultants because they're making money in their first.
I'm unavailable to
Oh,
time.
can we all mute, please? Let me see if I can get, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Sorry, I'm such a squirrel for sounds. Jumpstart. So I love Jumpstart. The new consultants that are moving through Jumpstart are loving Jumpstart. Do you all have any questions about Jumpstart? I'm here to answer them. If so, I don't see anything in the chat, which I love. Please unmute if you have any questions. I swear we're going to get into like real stuff in just a second. Okay, so let me quickly see if there's a way that I can see you. I can see Dia and Cheryl. Yay. I'm winning. Hi. Okay, so I want to talk through the things that hold us back from sponsoring so that we can feel freer and more empowered to do the actual thing. Okay. So let's talk about our 3 big sponsoring mistakes and then what we can do to correct them. Okay. So the first piece here is that attitude is 80% of the reason that you don't sponsor. That's crazy, right? What you think about sponsoring affects how you do it. When I think about sponsoring, the first thing that comes to my mind is, holy cow, we have an awesome opportunity. And if that's not the first thing that comes to your mind, then we need to figure out how to pivot the way that you think about offering the opportunity, you guys, because if you go out into the world saying, this is awesome, and I'm going to ask people about it and tell people about it, the way that you talk about the opportunity lights you up. If you go into it thinking, I have to talk to 10 people today because ratio, or I have to offer this opportunity because I need XYZ, or I'm scared to talk about this opportunity, or something wasn't perfect the last month or a year, so I'm not going to offer this opportunity. You need to pivot the way that you think, because the more folks that we have, the better we're going to do. I know that feels like counterintuitive, but the more folks that we have here enjoying Jafra for themselves, selling it to others, and selling the opportunity to their family, friends, warm market, whatever, the more folks that we have, the better experience we're all going to have, because our family is bigger, our community is bigger. We have more folks contributing. Okay, so let's get our minds right about the opportunity. It's not about you. It's about the people that you're offering them to. So the kit is your key. The kit unlocks the reason to have the conversation, because you're not going to ask for something from someone and not offer them something in return, right? So the kit is your key. It lets you have a conversation about the value of your products, about how beautiful they are. It gives them the opportunity to experience products that maybe they haven't tried before, but it also unlocks, right, their website for free. It unlocks their back office. It unlocks the community that we have here. It gets them into these meetings. It gets them to their regional in-person meetings. It unlocks so much for them. Starting with the kit gives them something to jump off of and something to fall in love with. Folks are looking for different stuff. So some people come into direct sales for what? Unmute for me. Some people come into direct sales for
Money.
money. Some people come in for
Socialization.
socialization, people, friends. And some people come in for what?
Recognition.
Recognition. Oh, that's even one I wasn't even thinking of. Yes, absolutely. Some people come in for what?
Discounts on the product.
Discounts on products. There's a vast array of reasons why folks come in. So find the reason for every single person that you interview for your team. And we'll talk about that again in a little bit. But finding their reason helps you to sell them on their solution, right? When I came into my very first direct sales business 15 years ago, this was before my fabulous successes in my last life. But when I came in, the first thing that I came in for was because I have a cat who does not respect the litter box. And I was sold a solution for her disrespect of the litter box, and it worked. So I joined, right? So when you're looking at someone, ask them questions, listen to what their needs are. If you believe so deeply in the compensation plan, but you're talking to someone who just needs human connection, you're going to talk to them differently than you would talk to someone who shares your mindset about money, right? I believe that every part of direct sales appeals to someone, and you just have to find out what that is for them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, a lot of people have assumptions about things and we don't know what those assumptions are unless we have a conversation with them.
For
And that's
sure.
the frustrating thing, because they maybe don't want to share them. for
Yeah,
whatever reason. Maybe they're embarrassed, something happened to them and they failed or whatever. And, you know, so they don't want to share that with you. Sometimes it's, what other people have told them. So they make assumptions and
for
they're
sure.
totally not true.
For
So-
sure. And I think that when folks have these what is it, like prejudged notions about what things are, the only way we're going to get to the bottom of that is if we ask in a really neutral, non-threatening, not reactive way, right? Like, why do you feel that way? Can I help you see that that may or may not be true? I love that. That's really insightful, Dia. Thank you.
And I think it's important, like the way you just said it, rather than sometimes we get so excited, people that are overly excited about everything, sometimes jump on the person and say, oh, but that's not the way it is. And then you get into this convincing battle and now you've changed the whole environment. So I think the
Yeah.
way you said it is, if I could tell you that may or may not be true, would you be willing to listen, is a better way to do it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a pretty low energy person. Like, I don't get hyped about much. So I think it's easier to have those conversations on a lower energy level. So it's not just like word vomity. Um, but yeah, I agree with you. I think that if we can just talk to people like people and listen to what their needs are, that we can show them that there is a place for everyone. I'm going to check the chat real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything.
There are a few questions in there. If you
Okay,
go up.
super. I'm going. How do I bring it up in conversation? Let's talk about that. How do you bring up the business or what you do in conversation? I think that it's hard to make that feel natural if you don't practice. So I'm a big proponent of looking dead square in the mirror and talking about what I do, because people ask you, what do you do? Right? All the time. And I used to stumble over. I'd be like, oh, well, I'm sell soap and lotion. I don't know. Like, it's weird. Don't ask me about it. Like, I used to get weird about sharing what I do. So I think that first things first is to practice feeling confident about saying what you do. So whatever feels right to you. I am a small business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. I create space for other entrepreneurs to grow. I do that through these great products that I believe in. Can I tell you about them? But practicing it and saying it in the mirror and keeping it short and sweet and simple. And again, not word vomiting. I think just being really confident in sharing what you do is really important and the best place to start to bring it up in conversation, because people will always ask, what do you do? And if somebody hasn't asked you what you do, ask them what they do, because people are generally polite and they'll say, oh, I am a lunch lady at the middle school. What do you do? There you go. So asking about folks, because you learn something about them when you ask. I learned that this girl is a lunch lady at the middle school. She has a kid that goes to that middle school. She said at my kid's school, and she may or may not love what she does. She has time in the evenings because school doesn't go in the evenings. Like, you learn things about folks when you engage them in conversation. Let me go back into the chat. Yeah, totally, like practice in the mirror. That's right. Thank you for answering, Patty, Cheryl. That's so helpful to me. Find the common denominator in connection. Absolutely, Pat. Like, if I meet I mean, I am who I am. I'm a 40-something mom that frequents ice rinks and playgrounds, right? So if I get to talking with someone on the playground, and she's like, oh yeah, I have an 8-year-old. I'm like, whoa, I have an 8-year-old too. What's your kid into? Like, just like asking questions and finding the common ground, because there is common ground amongst everyone. And sometimes that common ground is not having anything in common, right? So you can ask them about their life, about what they do, about their family, about what they love. Because guys, at the core of direct sales, it's all relationships, and it's all about choosing to show up. Because, okay, you guys, you're a volunteer workforce. Nothing that I can say will make you do anything. True?
Mhm.
True. Nothing that I can, or Josh or Vicky or Mr. Campos, nothing that they can say will make you do anything. What makes you do stuff is you, is your desire for it. Me telling you tips and tricks is nice, but you all have to want it more than I want it, or else it's not going to work. Your team needs to want to be together and needs to want to do what y'all do more than I want it. Because at the end of the day, you show up because you want to, not because you have to. Did I see Vicky hacking right there? Did you just pop up on my screen?
I
Hey,
did.
girl.
I did. I wanted to say a few things. So when you're
Please.
ready.
No, go for it. Yeah, this is great.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to say that for me, a lot of times I will talk, look at, I took the roller out of my bangs.
You're beautiful.
I just wanted to say that I like to talk to people and go the negative route. I always like approach somebody and say, I don't think you'd be interested, but I just want to tell you, you do your makeup so fabulous. I know you wouldn't be interested, but maybe you know of somebody that would be. And then I go in. I just find that if I go in the back door, taking all the pressure off of them, I know this isn't for you. I know you don't have time to have a party. I know you're probably not interested. I mean, that's just for me. It's like it takes the barriers off, and it's like they'll talk to me because I didn't come on saying, oh, you know, I'm in the cosmetic business and I just think you'd be perfect for it and blah, 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 blah. Basically take the pressure off of them and say, by the way, you do your makeup beautiful. By the way, you whatever, you know, I know you wouldn't be interested, but you know, I'm in this business that I'm looking for women that do makeup like you do. And maybe this is probably not for you, but maybe you know someone. That's what I mean by a negative, going in the back door. I always thought to myself, if I wrote a book, I would write a book on that. I did that with parties. I always came in and said, oh, I know you're too busy. I know you don't have time and I shouldn't be even asking you, but maybe you know somebody that would be. And so now they let you do your spiel because, you know, we've got this great special and we're giving away all these products because we do have the best hostess plan in the world right now. I can't believe our hostess plan. But that way they go, they'll listen to me. They don't have that going up on their shoulders like, oh, here she comes. She's going to come after me type thing. So I just wanted to say that. The other thing I wanted to say is I talked to you, Jackie, about that I was sick last week. So I was in bed with my computer and I was busy. I did a video, luckily, before I got sick. And that video was to bring back formers. So we need to mention that for those of you that are leaders. Honestly, I got about 5 grabs on it. So I had 3 that signed up and I'm working on the other 2. And then I still have, I guess I'll finish it up next month because I do have a lot of formers. You know, I could spend the rest of my life bringing back. But like I say, they're out there. Oh, they'll come back on my text. And what I did was I just did 1 video. And you saw my video, Jackie. I should probably put it on the leader thing.
You should share it.
It was really cute. I thought it was a cute video and it was a grabber. And they basically said, I saw your video and I want to come back to Jafra. That's kind of the answers that I got. I saw your video. I want to come back to Jafra. But I basically said, what are you doing for your skin? I mean, you know, are you just using the old stock? You know, because basically that's what they're doing, using all the old stuff. So why are you using all the old stuff on your skin? Don't you deserve to be using the latest, the greatest in skincare? And we've improved a lot. And why aren't, you know, and that's what I basically did. And then I did my toothbrush analogy. You know, I don't know. I think many of you saw that. I don't know if you did or not, but I posted it on my WhatsApp and also on the leader one. But I did the whole thing about the toothbrush and I did my toothbrush a reel. I did a reel. So I hope you join us tonight because we're going to talk about some of these things on the high. If you don't have anything better to do, join us on the high tonight. We're going to talk about makeup tips too. get to talk about some really good ideas about putting your makeup on. But anyways, that's just what I wanted to say is that, the people are out there, but the negative sell for me, it just works. And I hope maybe you'll give it some thought and maybe you'll think about how you can come in the back door and take all the pressure off of them. It works for selling. Honestly, if you tell them, I know you really probably shouldn't be even looking at buying a skincare for your skin, because you've got so many other things on your plate. I mean, all you did was tell them, no, you shouldn't be doing this. And they immediately go, yeah, I should be doing that. I should be taking care of my skin. I don't know why, but it's kind of, and I don't know, to me, it's called the negative sell. So I don't know if you can come up with a better name or not, but it works, ladies. It really does work. And after 59 years of experience, you better listen to me because I know what I'm talking about. I got the age behind me.
I've always called it a soft sell, Vicki. That's I've always called it a soft sell. Instead of a hard sell, it's a soft sell.
It's a soft sell.
Yeah. I love it.
I didn't say, yeah, but it's a negative sell because you're coming in
No, you're
telling
right.
them they can't or they shouldn't. I did that all the time. I told people all the time, are you sure you can afford this? Are you sure you want this? Now that is really terrible. You tell somebody, you sure you should be spending money on skincare right now? I'm not kidding you. It's like, well, yeah, I should be. I don't know why. But for me, over the years, it has worked. And I just do it naturally now. I do it with consultants all the time when they're coming in, So anyways, and I love videos. For me, videos really work. I love doing the video on the phone and then sending it to them. I just don't send an email. Oh, email is old snail. It's just old snail. You got to send them. Learn how to do a video on your phone and then send it to people. There's something magic about, oh, there's my friend.
There's our please. She sends it via text message or WhatsApp to the folks that she.
Well, now I do it in group text.
Yeah, group text.
And remember, I told you I did that all last week, and I found out that I could send 20 at a time. But that's what I do, and people, they got it. I mean, I didn't have I sent quite a few out, but I got people coming back and said, hey, I want Jafra back in my life.
That's it. That's all you can do, right? Is inviting folks back to do the things they like to do anyway.
Right.
That's great. Thanks, Vicki. I'm glad you're feeling better. You look so much better.
I am feeling, I'm going to Zumba in a few minutes.
Of course she is. Of course she is. I love that for you. And there were quite a few comments in the chat that said that sounds really helpful and exactly what folks needed. So thank you. And also Cheryl just said, telling someone they can't have something makes them want it. So that little reverse psychology action really does help. It's true.
Works. See you on the Hive tonight if you don't have anything better to do.
Yay, we'll plug you later. I have a slide for you. Plugging you later.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pat, did I see your little hand?
Yeah, she saw my little hand.
Oh,
I just want to say, piggybacking off what Vicki was saying also, I find that curiosity, if you plant the seed for curiosity, you're going to bring that conversation about. It said curiosity killed the cat and satisfaction brought him back. Well, women and some good men out there too are at a position that they want to know more. So if you're not telling it all, they're going to want to know. So in building that conversation, when you pull them into, let's say you're in the line in the grocery store and it's long and someone's doesn't have enough money to pay or whatever, and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to get to this meeting. You got to create something. You have to say something. And the person next to you is going to say, oh, what kind of meeting are you going to? And I'm going to a business meeting. I got to get to my business meeting. And oh, what kind of business are you in? So that's going to bring the conversation. So my tip in that is bringing the conversation and building the curiosity. You don't need to tell it all, because when you tell it all, you can get a person can get overwhelmed.
yeah.
always, just listen to what they're saying, and whatever they're saying, it's going to bring you to think about something to make that connection,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if they're wearing the color blue and that's one of your favorite colors, then you can say, "Oh my gosh, you have on my favorite color. Oh, your favorite color blue also? Yes, 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 it's blue, and I get to choose, all kind of blue things when I'm treating my team to things. Oh, your team, what do you do? Just
The team you've got.
build a conversation up, and trust and believe it will always work for that conversation. And then, your thank you for listening to me or whatever you want to say, and hand them a little mini gift. It works every time to build that conversation and to build that relationship.
I love that.
Thank
Atta
you.
girl. Atta girl. Tips from the top. Anybody else have anything they want to share before we keep on trucking?
There's something in the chat.
I
from
I
Shafika.
just saw Shafika pop up. What you got there, girl? Shafika says, I started my team who wanted to participate in the 14 New Faces Challenge, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. Choose progress over perfection. Mistakes play an important role in developing flexibility and resiliency. Ain't that the truth? If you try something and fail, isn't that better than never trying anything at all? Isn't failing forward more productive than never getting started? I love to see mistakes because it means you tried something. Even better when things like take off and they're easy, but like, what's easy? Nothing's easy. Make a mistake and try. Who cares? If you mess up, you mess up. Progress over perfection for sure. I love that. Thank you, Shafika. All right, let me get back to my screen because I got some couple more things I want to talk about before, there it is, before we say goodbye today. I'm just going to touch on rejection therapy a little bit. Some people hate to hear no, but I think no is a really important word, not just in our business, but also like in our lives. Guys, I don't know if you know, I'm a super anxious person, and I don't love to feel like someone doesn't want what I have. But over the course of the last 10 years, in direct sales, which is nothing in comparison to what y'all have done, I've started to realize that no isn't a final gavel. There is no judgment around the word no. It's just an answer. And I think that's really important, not just for our business, but for our lives. If people don't want to come to an event, it's not because they don't like you, it's because they can't come. So when you're going through your business and you're afraid to hear no, you're never going to ask. And what's the answer if you never ask?
No.
No. The answer is no. If you never ask, the answer is an assumed no. But there's a 50% chance you'll get a yes if you ask. So choosing to share through fear, I think, is really important. And that's a whole nother topic. But there's always something really nice about having something to offer in exchange for your answer, right? So I always loved to have something in hand. And I know this is something that Pat Clover does too. She has a packet, an information packet that shares the opportunity and also has a little gift in it, so people are more likely to take it. You guys, most people, more than half, will say, sure, give me your stuff. I'll read it. Why not? People are more likely to say yes if they have something in their hand to look at, right? And then there are people out there who are watching you do your business, who are watching you go on trips to Hawaii, who are watching you love your Jafra family online. When you guys share pictures, people see it. And there are people out there who are watching and who want to join, but aren't going to ask you to join, right? If someone's watching you, they're interested. And you can go ahead and say, are you done just watching? Are you ready to join me? Watch me or join me. Those are your choices, right? Um, let's talk about quickly what can go into those recruiting packets. Okay, we've talked about this before. It was probably about a year ago at this point. These were the things that were in my recruiting packet. You can personalize your recruiting packet. You can make it just like a tiny envelope. You can make it a little dollar store bag full of little goodies. Okay, but always include a catalog and a brochure. Always include your why. It's powerful for folks to see why you do this business and why you continue to show up. It's powerful for them. Okay. I always like to include a little "let me be your mentor" card so that they can see what I offer as a sponsor and as a coach. I include a flyer of what's in the kit so that they can look visually and hold it in their hand and see that could be mine. Of course, include a business card with your contact information, or if your contact information is on your why, even better. Include a sample of your product and a little note that says, "I'm so glad that you decided to look at this today. Enjoy, take your time. I'm going to follow up with you on this date." Set the expectation of follow-up. That's it. It can be that simple. You can also add flair for what your team is about. You can also add little gifts, little candy. I don't care what you put in there. Just make it your own and make it something that they can take with their hands. Oh, my dog. Questions, comments, concerns about any of this?
I like this. I'm going to redo my packets. I haven't put any together in a while. I always have the brochures in my bag and little bags of, with gifts and stuff. But I want to get like a bunch of them organized because I'm going for 10 no's this week. Like
What's going
that?
to happen at the end of your 10 no's?
What's what?
What's going to happen at the end of those 10 no's?
I'll be happy that I pushed through the 10 no's and hopefully I'll get a yes. But if I don't, but I won't feel bad about being rejected 10 times because
Yeah,
I'll be
who
used
cares?
to it.
Right. Who cares? Hearing no is not the end of the world. I love that. I love that for you.
And I'm making up, as you remember, some of you may remember, we had the ultimate family package. It was like a shopping spree kit to go with
Yeah.
the $25 kit that we did that. Some people probably do it. I was doing it for a while and then I stopped doing it. And so I made up a new one today because I'm going to go see someone who will probably say no. I've planted the seed before. She's not a likely candidate, but I'm making it a family thing. And I'm going to start off with, what if you had to worry about money? And she'll probably say, what do you mean if I had to worry about money? So I've got a whole bunch of questions that people are going to say, like, what do you mean? What if you were worried about using, low quality products on your family? I'm trying to position questions in a way where they would go, well, of course I do, So anyway, that's
Yeah.
what I'm working on this week. I'll let you know how it goes.
I love that. Cheryl wants to know what's in your kit.
Oh, so whoops, I can mute myself. It all depends. Oops, sorry about that.
You're okay.
It all depends on what's on sale. So I went through and the person. This person's very family oriented, works in the automotive family car shop there. And so pretty low maintenance, okay? And but does like a little fragrance here and there. She's bought a couple of things for me. So anyways, I put a family pack together. It's got the Jafra Home Spray, the Massage Cream Duo, the new wipes, the Jafra Intimate Wipes, Tender Moments Bubble Bundle, because she's got a new baby. I think she's a year old now, and a fragrance duo. And then the $25 kit, which is really $50, and the Nova Marine bundle, because it's basic and unscented, and so she can't complain that it's giving her a headache or anything. So that comes to $400. Sometimes it's a little bit over, but anyway, that's what it is, and that's what I'm going to present. And then I always say that, you can mix and match. You can change anything you want here. This is just a suggestion based on this month's sales. So that's what it is. So with the sales tax for Connecticut, it comes out to $225.40. And then if they want to do PayPal and Ford, it's $56 per payment. So I kind of put that in there too. So
I
it's
love
not so
that.
overwhelming. Anyway, that's what I'm doing today.
I love it. Way to go, lady. All right, let's
I
move
have something
on.
to talk about,
Oh,
Jackie.
yeah.
I just started going to a networking group, and it was my first one, and only a couple of people showed up, and I was with my friend. She's, she actually just became a consultant this month. But anyway, so he was a really nice guy, and he was asking all about Jafra. So I told him what I do, and then I have a team. Right, first question was, how many people are on your team? And I'm like,
Meow.
and I told him, but you could tell in his look that it felt, and I know I'm just projecting here, but it
Mhm.
looked like he was judging me on the number of people I said. Whoa, not that he said this, but why don't you have more than that? And it kind of stopped the conversation. So I'm curious, excuse me, I'm curious from all of you, how would you have handled that?
I'll wait and see if anybody else has something, but I have a very firm answer here.
I would have
Well-
asked him why he wanted to know. What, I mean, seriously, I would have asked him that. Why do you want to know? And the other thing, I'm sure Jackie's got a good comeback, but I hear where you're coming from, because people think, well, you if you haven't got a team, then you can't be making
Mhm.
much money.
Right.
But I don't know. I would have thrown the ball back in his court, because not every question needs to be answered.
That's really good, Cheryl.
And I have a
Yeah, I
response
was
to
gonna
that
say.
too.
Jackie, what's yours first?
Oh, I'll wait.
No.
You guys go ahead.
Oh,
Max, yeah, Maxine, go ahead, because I have
Yeah,
a
was that
response as
Maxine?
well.
okay. I was just gonna say, until he knows as far as the product, sometimes businesses don't require a big team in your like when you're starting out.
Mhm.
So if he knew the product and what you were doing, then it would determine if you needed 10 people on your team or whether you needed 20 people on your team.
Mhm.
So if he didn't know the logistics of the business, then he can't really judge it. That's my thought.
Yes,
Yeah,
Queen.
that's good. That's
And-
good.
And my thought is this: if someone asks me how many is on my team, I can proudly say how many I have on my team. However many people you have on your team, you can proudly say. If somebody asks you that again, just say, I am so excited. I have 6 people on my team. I have 4 people on my team, whatever it is. And it's your choice. And I get to choose who I want to invite to be on my team. And I am growing and building. That's why, would you like to join us? That's my response right then and there. Would you like to join us and build a team with me?
Yeah. It's all.
Does that feel
what-
comfortable?
Yeah,
Does
it's
that feel
all what you
comfortable?
say,
Yeah.
because he doesn't know anything about the business. He had never heard of Jafra. So if you give him the impression,
Right.
I have 6 people, and
Yes.
you're really excited,
Yes.
it changes everything. Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Great.
welcome.
You ready for mine?
I am.
Size doesn't matter. It's what you do with it. I have the right amount of people for me, and we're growing. And
You don't answer? You don't say how many?
no, because it's
Okay.
not your business, bro. Men are numbers based, right? So
Mhm.
I'll usually be like, I have 2,500 people on my team. Come at me. At the height of my business, come at me, bro. But if I don't want to compare numbers, I'm going to say, hey, we have what we have. We are proud of what we have. We're proud of who we are. And I think it really does come back to, Patty, being comfortable with where you are and then being driven to grow. Because if you feel any kind of internalized shame about not feeling like you're where you're supposed to be, that's an inside thing. That's not anybody
is.
else's problem, right?
Yeah.
And I know you, and I know that you want big stuff. So you just have to go for it and keep growing despite what you think the judgment of others might be. But I would be cheeky and sassy.
Can I say one more thing, Jackie?
Of course, you can always
I have
talk.
one thing too.
I just feel it's so important to answer people and tell people the truth, because that gives you the foundation to explain our program.
For
It's
sure.
like, you know, I joined 40 years ago, but my light bulb just came on when I retired. So I'm building a team. My team has such and such a number of people.
Yep.
This is the flexibility of our business. This is why I would love to have you to come join us and build with us. I just need to let people know that it's okay. Someone asked me, how many people do you have? I said 200 in my district. 200 people. Oh, blah, 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 boo, boo, boo. That's a lot of people. You know, how much do you make? Our program gives you this. This is our compensation plan. You can earn 50% commission, boom, boom, boom. I can go from there. But, you know, it's not something that you go around maybe, I don't boast it. I don't brag about it, you know, things like that. But, you know, that's a whole different thing. But I do think it's important, because if you don't, they're going to feel that there's some kind of pyramid, there's some kind of scam, there's
Oh
some kind of,
yeah.
you
for
know,
sure.
oh, she wouldn't even tell me how many people she had. She must not have any, or you may be having a whole bunch. But I think that it's really important to help you to grow and to help you to move, to be honest in that. And even going back with what Cheryl may said, and you may even throw it in there and say, you know, that was a good question. Why did you ask? You know, I need to make things positive to a person. You know, I'm curious as to why you asked. You know, help me out here. You want to help me grow? You know, that's just me. I'm sorry.
No, I love it. Don't,
Very good. Yeah.
it's all good stuff, because objections are real, and
Yes.
folks are going to come at you to try to make you feel some kind of way, right? And it's
Mhm.
all in how you feel comfortable volleying back a response. And I think, again, that this is room for practice. Get comfortable talking about your business. Get comfortable sharing what feels good for you to share. Saying words out loud makes things real,
Mhm.
right? And so I think getting comfortable saying words out loud is really important. And if that means that you're a wackadoo that stares at yourself in the mirror and shares just to your own eyeballs, that's okay, because it helps you feel comfortable.
Yes.
I mean, I practice every time I come up to talk in front of people. I practice so I don't say something bizarre. And I still say bizarre stuff all the time. It's fine. It's okay. Practice is good. Practice makes progress every single time.
Very good. Thank you, everyone. It's very helpful.
That was fun. Good jam, guys. All right, let me fly through the rest of this in the next 4 minutes. The very last thing is to not prejudge anyone, to not decide for them what they want from you. Okay. So if you are inviting folks and you're going to say, oh, I'm going to skip Patty because she totally doesn't want this, come at them like Vicky said and say, hey, Patty, I'm sure you're not interested, but let me just get through this so I can practice. Right. Or when you invite folks that know folks like mutually, and you don't invite someone, they're going to be like, why didn't she invite me? Does she not want me there? Does she think I'd be bad at this? Oh, and then they're creating a story for themselves, because the stories we tell ourselves become our truth, right? They're creating a story for themselves like, oh gosh, Patty thinks I'd be really bad at this. Okay, I know that now. And it's not true. You were just afraid to ask, right? So not prejudging folks is so important. And I believe wholeheartedly that we should let folks make the decisions for themselves. Just show them the menu and say, this is what you got. I'm ready to receive you when you are ready to come to me. But giving everybody the option to buy in instead of the automatic opt-out is really important. Okay. Guys, this is Jafra's mission. Okay. To transform the lives of people around the world, empower their personal development, and elevate their communities. Holy cats, that's powerful stuff. That's Jafra's mission for their business. What is yours? I know some of you have mission statements for your team. I know some, because you've shared them with me and they're powerful and beautiful. I know some of you have mission statements for your personal business. get comfortable knowing why you show up. If your mission is to love people so hard that you draw out the love they have for themselves, that's a mission. If your mission is to make sure that nobody is alone and everyone has a village in your community, that's a mission. If you want to empower folks to get out of a situation through a business, that is a powerful mission. Get comfortable knowing why you show up, because that will help you share confidently. That will help you say, this is bigger than my paycheck. This is something important to me that I want to share with you. Getting comfortable with your why and with your mission for your team, for your personal business is so important and non-negotiable. Yes? Yes. Awesome. Going back to your 100 list, guys, this isn't antiquated stuff. This is current and now. You need to remember who you know. Okay. In Charlotte, I shared a statistic that every person you know knows 300 people that you don't know. If you apply that to this list of 100, that's 30,000 people that you don't know. And if 1 in 10 people join, that's 3,000 people. That's life changer stuff. That is life changer numbers. That's income changer numbers. And that's like best case scenario or worst case scenario. So if you can jog your memory of the folks that you know from certain places, right, using that Jafra anagram, you'll remember folks who know oodles of people that you don't know. So get serious with that list of 100, okay? I'm not going to do this today, you guys, but it'll be in the deck that I share. 1 in every 2 people who host join, 1 in every 10 people who are invited join. These are firm statistics, okay? So being able to share based on the solution. Once you make the list, being able to share based on the solution. You have a bunch of new moms. You have a bunch of folks in your grandchild's activities. You have a bunch of folks in your church community. You have a bunch of folks at your extracurriculars, right? Give them the solution that they need, and you've done your job. So this will be in your deck for today. Your calendar to plan your success and know what will happen will be in your deck today. You have 4 big days left in February to continue this crusade, okay? Going for just 1 more or just 1 over top. This will also be in your deck at the 5 Eyes of Sponsoring. I challenge you to go through this every time you speak to someone about the opportunity, to identify, to inspire, to invite, to involve, to inspect. I have a place for you to invite them to. We have the recording of our take a look at Jafra. And if they want to know more about the comp plan, we make the comp plan accessible too. Those links are here. And we're going to do a freshie in March, which I'm super excited about recording for y'all. And remembering to always invite friends to come with, because this job is much more fun with friends. We're going to skip that one. This is the 14 Faces Challenge that Shafika referenced earlier. In addition to your leader challenge to go for 6, here is your 14 new faces for your team. Encourage everyone to get Jafra on 14 new faces before the end of the month. And y'all, I'll make it with Clovers in March, right? And we'll just get lucky with 19 new faces, okay? So just being aware that there are so many folks who still don't know about this company and don't know about these awesome products, who don't know about Royal Jelly. Get stuff on their face, all right? You have all the tools and technology that you need. This has been posted before in the Facebook and the leader chat. However, if you need it again, I am happy to supply. And very finally, you have the live hive tonight. You got a little sneaky taste from Vicki earlier. She's going to talk about a whole bunch of things. I bet she shares her video with you. Wileen's going to do some makeup tips. Bronwyn's going to help you close out and get the hidden treasures out of the hub. I love that. That's at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, and all the times in between. You have 4 more days to make February count. And I always say, don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're proud. So if you are proud of what you've done this month, well done. Do 1 more and then call it a day. But if you're not yet proud of what you've done, don't stop until you're proud. I love you. I believe so deeply in everything that you guys do. I love seeing you shine. Keep telling us and celebrating your successes in the leader chat, on the Facebook group. Get loud about what you're doing to be proud of your business. Okay? Yes? Yes. Give me a yes. I love it.
Yes.
Yay! There it is. And that is your Marketing Monday. I'm going to stop the recording. So say bye to everybody in the listening community at home.